Before I begin tonight, I want to acknowledge the presence of a man who is the conscience of the United States Congress when it comes to issues of human rights and religious freedom. Representative Chris Smith, thank you for being with us tonight. You honor us with your presence. We are in the midst of a global crisis in religious freedom. 83% of the world's population lives in countries where religion is highly or very highly restricted. In the West, including in our own beloved country, we're witnessing growing and increasingly invidious discrimination against religious individuals and religious communities. Violence is also growing in some countries in the West, especially against Jews. Outside the West, tens of millions of human beings are suffering violent and vile religious persecution. In 2016, four amigos decided they wanted to do something about this. Tim Shaw, Byron Johnson, Kent Hill, and I have been working together at Georgetown and Baylor universities for the better part of a decade, conducting research on the meaning and value of religious freedom for individuals and societies, why resistance to religious freedom was rising in every region of the world, and what to do about it. We decided we wanted to put that research to work and get in the fight for religious freedom. The result was the Religious Freedom Institute and our distinctive approach: research, educate, impact. We draw on empirical evidence to develop strategies that will advance religious freedom in key societies, including our own. We educate current and future leaders on the value of religious freedom to them and to their societies, and we provide them the means to have an impact. This is not a silver bullet approach. It's hard work, but it is tailored, we believe, to make real long-term changes in the lives of people who are suffering for their religious beliefs. We're privileged to have at RFI a team of talented men and women. If you haven't met them, please do. Each of them is dedicated to this work. Now, the religions of our team differ, but each of us, precisely because of our religious beliefs, seeks to defend the right of religious freedom for everyone, everywhere. We're honored that each of you has joined us tonight. Thank you for being here. I also want to thank our sponsors for the dinner. You can find the names of our advocate sponsors in your programs, and I want to say a special thanks to our legacy sponsors, the John Templeton Foundation, which has been with us since the beginning, Baylor University, the University of Dallas, and Eternal Word Television Network. We're very, very grateful for your support. Now, I'm going to invite to the podium one of those outstanding young people that I mentioned, one of our brightest lights at RFI, Abigail Galvan. Abby is our Director of Development. She's also the heart of our RFI conscience, a young woman whose prayers constantly remind us that our cause is not our own. Our cause is the defense of those who suffer persecution and discrimination because they seek to know and love God. Abby, join us up here.
Thank you, Tom, for that very kind introduction. First of all, good evening. And on behalf of everyone at the Religious Freedom Institute, welcome. We're so excited to have each and every one of you here with us tonight. Now, this video will tell you who we are, what we do, and why we do it. But I wanted to take the opportunity to share a few words about the unspoken author in all of this. And to tell you about him, I must begin with our founders, Tom Farr, Kent Hill, Timothy Shaw, and Byron Johnson. These four highly accomplished men of deep faith heard God's call and laid all they had at his feet, their talents, their experience, and yes, even their shortcomings, and issued their fiat. And that fiat, that yes to God's plan for them and their role in transforming the culture of today, is the Religious Freedom Institute. I am often asked about RFI's growth, how we have come to be where we are in 4 short years. And to that I answer, it is by God's grace. We see it in the people and opportunities he's placed before us. I invite you to approach our staff, our fellows, our board members, our advisory board members, and to ask them what they do and why they do it. And you'll see what I mean. Through God's grace, we have been able to marry a high level of professionalism and expertise with a gaze fixed on the transcendent. And that has made all the difference. We know that we can't meet the challenges to defend religious freedom at home or abroad alone. And so we strive to do our part while trusting the Holy Spirit to do his work, to work through individuals like you. And so with that, it is my privilege to present to you our small part.